Hatched Mongrel Mob member, Donovan Michael Duff, also known as Donny Duff, has recently admitted to stabbing 2 fellow prisoners at Auckland South Corrections Facility in Wiri, resulting in a death and severe injuries to the other inmate. On Wednesday 11th of December 2024, Donny Duff, 48, appeared in the High Court at Auckland via audio-video link and admitted the murder of fellow inmate Brian George and wounding another inmate named Po-Chen Chien with intent to cause grievous bodily harm. Duff, already serving a life sentence for the 2016 murder of his 9-month-old daughter, said he just lost it after other inmates repeatedly called him a kid killer. On December 21, 2023, Duff was working as a vegetarian cook at Wiri prison, when he used a 20cm chef's knife to inflict 6 stab wounds on fellow inmate Brian Kenneth George, who died shortly after the attack. Another inmate, Po-Chen Chien, survived a deep stab to the abdomen that required emergency surgery. The incident was captured on CCTV, and prison staff responded immediately. Previously, Duff had expressed his frustration during a phone call with his partner, blaming mean people and child abusers for provoking him. The incident took place in the prison kitchen, where Duff was preparing to chop vegetables for lunch. With a chef's knife in hand, he suddenly snapped, turning the knife into a deadly weapon. What should have been a routine task quickly escalated into a violent attack. Court documents revealed that Duff approached Chien first, stabbing him before turning his attention to George, whom he attacked relentlessly despite George's attempts to defend himself and escape. For George, the knife wounds pierced his heart and the tip of his lung, causing him to die within minutes. Chien, on the other hand, suffered a single stab wound to the abdomen so deep that it nearly passed completely through his body. He was fortunate to survive after undergoing surgery. This latest offense follows Duff's previous conviction for killing his daughter, for which he was sentenced to life imprisonment with a minimum non-parole period of 17 years. His criminal rap sheet includes multiple violent crimes and a troubled upbringing, contributing to his involvement with the Mongrel Mob gang. In 2018, Donovan Michael Duff was sentenced to life imprisonment with a minimum non-parole period of 17 years for the murder of his 9-month-old daughter, Maya. Sparta has obtained a copy of this High Court judgment, which is attached in the description of this video, available for anyone to read. The court found that Duff struck the child's head at least 3 times with significant force while they were alone, causing severe injuries similar to those from a car crash or a horse kick. Despite her critical condition, Duff delayed seeking medical assistance, which, although unlikely to save her, highlighted his neglect. The court emphasized aggravating factors, including Maya's extreme vulnerability as an infant, Duff's breach of trust, and his failure to act after inflicting the injuries. Duff denied doing anything wrong and claimed he didn't know how it happened, suggesting that she possibly might have rolled off the bed. Despite a history of violence, including assaults and a hammer attack on his former partner, the court rejected arguments that Duff's disadvantaged background or cultural factors justified a reduction in the sentence. Judge concluded that the murder was particularly heinous, warranting the presumptive 17-year minimum period, noting Duff's lack of remorse and refusal to acknowledge responsibility for his actions. Following this judgment, Duff applied for an appeal which was later dismissed in the Court of Appeal. His long history of violence included breaking his former partner's pelvis during a hammer attack, presenting a firearm at a law enforcement officer, aggravated robbery and other assault and wounding convictions. A cultural report outlined how he went from selling methamphetamine to becoming an addict. He had taken a violence prevention program in prison prior to killing his daughter, but had trouble applying the lessons in the outside world, the report noted. The cultural report suggested that Duff was raised in a severely deprived urban Maori community. Duff did not succeed in the education system and failed to achieve appropriate developmental milestones in adolescence. He had a deprived childhood, resulting in anger issues and a lack of empathy for others, the report writer said, adding that it led to his recruitment in the Mongrel Mob. Duff, who is a member of the 𝗹𝗶𝗴𝗺 chapter of the Mongrel Mob, attended the hearing via audiovisual link and was identified by the media through his distinctive Mongrel Mob and V8 neck and skull tattoos. He was scheduled to go to trial for the prison murder charge in March 2025, but the trial has been postponed to a sentencing hearing in June. It will be interesting to see how the sentencing will reflect the severity of his latest offenses, given his extensive history of violence and lack of remorse. The case highlights the challenges posed by managing high-risk offenders within the prison system, as well as the enduring impacts of early life disadvantage and gang affiliations on pathways to crime. those who don't know, the Mongrel Mob is a notorious and influential gang that originated in New Zealand. Established in the 1960s, the gang is the largest in New Zealand. It has evolved into one of the country's most prominent and formidable criminal organizations. Recognizable by their red and black distinctive patch depicting a bulldog wearing a German military helmet, the Mongrel Mob is known for its hierarchical structure and strict code of conduct. Members often affiliate themselves with the gang as a way of finding a sense of belonging and identity. However, the Mongrel Mob has garnered a reputation for involvement in various criminal activities, including drug trafficking, violence, and organized crime. The gang's presence has sparked concerns about public safety and has led to ongoing efforts by law enforcement to combat its influence in criminal enterprises. The mob now has more than 30 chapters throughout the country and additional operations in Australia, Asia, and Canada. They are especially active in Auckland, King Country, 𝗶𝘂𝗴𝗺𝗺𝗺, and Hastings. The Mongrel Mob's main rival is the Black Power Gang. There have been several very public and violent clashes between the two gangs over the years, with territorial disputes, power struggles, and vendettas often escalating into violent confrontations that pose a significant threat to public safety and challenge law enforcement efforts to maintain order. Despite ongoing law enforcement measures, the Mongrel Mob continues to have a pervasive influence on organized crime in New Zealand and abroad. This latest incident involving Duff is a grim reminder of the gang's deep-rooted connection to violence, drugs, and its impact on both its members and wider society. If you're looking for more thrilling and edgy bikie updates, don't hesitate, whack that subscribe button, spread and share the video, hit that like button, and drop your thoughts in the comments. And for the true grid Spartans out there, consider sending a super thanks or buy us a coffee to show some love. Your support keeps us going and the channel thriving, especially since most of our videos aren't monetized due to all the crime-related content. Stay tuned, stay curious, stay awesome, and take care. Wu-Tang.
To the metal, wheels burn pavement, cops crawling neon, fighting back the enslavement. Visions of cages, locked dreams and missed stages, cruising past the fate, breaking free from the pages. Steel bars cold, but the heart stays fiery. 1% outlaws living life's diary. Freedom's chase, smoking rubber, no silence. Gotta try run strong, no room for compliance. Cuffed and crushed, fighting through the low. Metal chains, just props in the life show. Fall down, rise up, and just never mute. Pushing limits, never tasting the absolute. Gravel in the mouth, but the growl ain't softened. Dusty trails lead the truth after often. Biking through the fall, to lands undiscovered. Embrace the scars with spirit uncovered.